You keep getting those monsters, Benji. Oh.
You shot and killed my husband. And yes, I know you had no choice. I know that. I know I should forgive you. I hate you for it. Because of how you did it.
It's episode 1 of season 2 of The Last of Us, and my hopes are raised the first time I saw this scene with Joel and his nephew Benji. I thought the show might be reworking his death to something different. Execution by firing squad, or an emotional unloading of a gun into him. This hope was raised when seeing the second scene with the psychologist and the way she described her feelings regards her husband's death. It sounded like the writers of the show, former writers of the games, were aware of what the reactions to Joel's death in the game were. Surely then, this meant they were going to adjust it in transposition to make it better, more palatable, and more believable in the show. Alas, this turned out not to be the case, or, well, not entirely the case. The Benji scene was alluding to Joel's death in episode 2, but not to its method. And the psychologist scene was warning audiences how we were going to feel about Joel's death. If we were being nice, these moments in episode 1 could then be acknowledged as clever foreshadowing. But we're not being nice, because our hopes were shattered, and with them the mental blocks hiding other messages in these scenes.
You keep getting those monsters, Benji.
The show writers straight up just called Joel a monster.
You shot and killed my husband. And yes, I know you had no choice.
The show writers straight up said Joel had to die. Joel, the character we've been following all the way through season 1 and into the first episode of season 2, the character we know and enjoy watching, is a monster who needed to die. This Joel, by the way...
So time heals all wounds, I guess?
It wasn't time that did it.
Episode 1 gave me hope for the future. Episode 2 dashed that hope upon the rocks of the present. Feel free to go back to my previous video to see why. Now episode 3 has been and gone, and I am done with this show, purely because of yet more subtle messaging it is giving us. Episode 1 introduced us to a character I shall call Sandwich Man. He was a git who didn't like the gays for being gays, and was rightfully knocked on his arse because of it. He was then told to apologise, which he did, but Ellie did not forgive him. Some people would consider this fair play on Ellie's part, but come episode 3, Ellie wants to avenge Joel, because of course she does, and Mr. Sandwich supports her. Before the episode ends, they are actively working together towards this goal. Based on the previous examples, we can take this comparison to mean that Ellie is in the wrong for wanting to avenge Joel's death because it aligns with Mr. Sandwich, who is a git. Great. Excellent. Wonderful. It's great to know a fundamental want and need of bloody everyone watching this show is wrong. But wait, there's more. Ellie, in her last moment with him, forgives Mr. Sandwich foreshadowing her lack of forgiveness for Abby, followed by her sudden inexplicable forgiveness of her. No, no, and no, I'm out, I ain't here for that, no. It was bad enough seeing this happen in the game, it's only going to be more aggravating watching it in the show. The really big question I have about all of this is, why? In the background of this video has been the last frame of the opening credits of episode 3 of season 2 of The Last of Us. Every episode up until now has ended with 2 sprouts growing into human-like figures representing Joel and Ellie, the focus of The Last of Us. In episode 3, after Joel's death, there is only 1. Not only does this so perfectly depict what they did by killing Joel, i.e. cutting out a big portion of the story, but it shows just how wrong it is for them to have done so. We're supposed to feel like a big part of Ellie's life is missing now, yes, but that's not just a narrative thing. This is also a meta thing. A feeling like a huge part of the show is missing. A part we wanted to see. But we won't. And as much as the writers will try to plug that Joel-shaped hole, it just won't work. Because they've already fucked it. And that's all I have to say on The Last of Us, the TV show. I'm sure there are other things to talk about regards the show, but as far as I'm concerned, there's nothing left worth talking about. I suppose now, at least, I can get back to doing something a bit more worthwhile. A bit more worth my time. Until then, and last but not least, thank you for watching.